Hey guys, it's Kim and Alan here. We're doing something a little bit different from the usual, and we're going to bring some F1 content to you. As some of you know already, Alan and I are big F1 fans, and two teams in particular, but... So, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be giving you our opinions of the liveries. Obviously, we got to see some in the testing, but we're just going to rate them on their looks today. Now, what we want you to do is let us know in the comments if you like this content, and also let us know your favourite car, favourite team, favourite driver. Let us know everything. And we are hoping that this will become a weekly thing, or most weeks anyway, where we bring you some more F1 content. So if you do enjoy it, again, please just let us know. Right, so we're going to start with Ferrari. Now, to look at, it's very similar, so I'm probably going to go with like I'd maybe give it a 6 out of 10. Personal opinion, red's not my colour.
6 out of 10 is reasonable.
Yeah, I thought so.
6 out of 10 is reasonable. It's the big green sign on the side that's, yeah, it's just shit.
Throws it off. It throws the whole car
Obviously,
off.
it does fuck up the whole car. The burgundy bit in the back's quite nice, and I know what it's celebrating is the 1000th Grand Prix of Ferrari, but I say a 6 is reasonable. I'd probably go for a 6 as well, to be fair. The big green bit just
Throws it off.
fucks it off. It just throws it off.
Well,
55 on the side of the car. That's what we need.
Of course.
The big 55 on the side is lovely.
Lovely. Well, we both agreed with that one, so I'm happy. Happy enough. 6 out of 10.
Both saying a 6 out of 10.
Both saying 6 out of 10.
No particularly changed much, but that big green logo just throws it off and just, nah. So for me.
Oh.
Next up we have Williams, and let's be fair. It's changed. A lot. A lot.
Massive change.
I mean, it has changed a lot. Picture there doesn't do it justice. It looked quite good on the track when it was at testing. It did. It kind of grew. But, oh shit, that's fucking Alfa Romeo. It's not the best. It's not the worst. It's 6 again?
I was going to say a 7 because I really like the change. I think...
I mean, right, a 7 or higher because they've actually changed it, unlike other teams, but it's a 6. It's a 6 for me.
A lot of people think it's obviously because like they're gone away for the Williams heritage and stuff, but it's actually the complete opposite, and I just think it's unreal. But
I like the front. I like the white and the blue and that on the wing on the front. I don't particularly like the cyan or the light blue and the kind of blue. I like all the black takes on it.
yeah,
But
I like
we'll
it.
just have to say it'll grow me through the year.
It's another one that looked good on track. I liked it.
Definitely.
So I'm sticking
Again,
with 7.
I'll give it a 6 again.
6.
Being reasonable here.
Alfa Romeo, I think it's dead boring. Genuinely.
Come on, that's beautiful. That is beautiful for the side. It's lovely.
I don't rate it. Like I don't know. It just doesn't, like, when I look at it, I'm not like class. I just...
Oh no, it's obviously not the best looking car in the grid, but by hell, it's not the one.
It's up there.
I'd say it's
Well,
worse
it's
than
down
the It's not worse than the Williams, sorry, it's better than the Williams.
Better. I'm thinking like a 4 out of 10 in my head right now.
This is a 7. This is a 7. I really like the red and the white. I really like it.
I'm gonna stick with 4 out of 10 because I'm
gonna give it a 7 because it's only invented for last year, but I mean it's still good. Haas, I mean, it's a very controversial car livery. Very controversial car livery.
correct.
It's definitely changed. Definitely changed. Doesn't look very American, to say the least, but I mean, red, white, and blue, obviously the best colours in the world. I'm gonna give it a 5 because it is a very controversial livery.
I was thinking 5 just to stay neutral on it. Like,
It's no bad, but it's no great. I mean, it's kind of bending rules here and there,
aye.
but other than that, there's not much to say about it. It's definitely changed. It's a very controversial livery. I mean, again, it looked good when it was on the track, but I mean, it's just a controversial thing about it. A lot of people don't like it. I know there's people that do like it, and there's people that don't like it, and it's always going to happen. But it is a very controversial thing, and it's going to be a 5, just to stay neutral.
5 to stay neutral. I'm happy.
No,
Oh.
this is a fucking work of art, an absolute work of art.
Oh. It really is.
I mean, I know I'm rating this. I don't know why you're rating it. But I'm rating it. Look at it. It's an absolute masterpiece of a car.
Stunning.
Lovely.
It is genuinely.
Great to see Aston Martin in the racing again. It's just lovely. It's sponsored by Peroni. I know I'm drinking the
Another
rival,
beer.
but I'm drinking the rival beer to it, but Peroni, I mean, it's great. It's an all-round amazing looking car. The British green with the pink and stuff on it, it's just amazing.
The car's
Again, it looks
unreal.
amazing on track.
The car is unreal. Drivers.
Debatable.
I'd based on looks a 10. I think it's unreal.
I'm not getting a 10. I'm getting a 9. I'm getting a 9. It's not perfect.
What would you
See
take?
see if there was like more black intakes on it, I would be a lot more like happy with it.
Oh no,
I mean, I reckon they could put more pink on it as well.
But
like the rumored ones, like the concepts that people were making for the Aston Martin team, were like amazing, and I mean they have made an amazing car.
I'm happy enough. I think it's unreal. It's
I'm
for
gonna
me.
give it a 9. Go give it a 9.
Do you know the usual kind
The
of
usual Mercedes gonna win everything.
I think it's just boring to, in my
You know
opinion.
what I've actually just noticed? The blue on the rims. That's really nice. I quite like that. I quite like the blue like lines on the rims. That's quite nice. I just noticed that. I mean, there's a side view. It is nice, and it's nice to see them that obviously they're keeping the black because I like the black, but they're also like trying to incorporate the silver for the silver arrows as well.
It's a nice car.
Oh, that is another masterclass, but
I just hate talking about Mercedes. I'm one of those people that hate talking about Mercedes because
it's a bit of a Bullfest team, but
you ken what you're getting, you ken what to expect.
Aye,
The only time that
win.
you didn't get what you expect is with issues, like technical issues.
Yeah.
Or
I mean,
pit lane fuck ups. But
or world championship drivers.
do you know what?
I mean, they do a lot right, but they do a lot wrong.
Aye, but they still fly to, the championship. But I don't know.
What would you rate it?
I'll maybe go like looking at just the car, I have to give it like a
I don't really get the red bits on it.
I
I don't really know where they come from. I mean, it's no bad, it's no great. Again, it's changed, which I like.
I'm gonna say a 6.
I'm going to say a 5 or a 6. I'm going to be in the middle. Say 5.5. I'm going to be in the middle of the 5 and the 6.
Didn't know we could do 0.5s.
5.5. We're bending the rules here. I just didn't really get the whole red things and that, but that's good. The blue on the rims and that.
The blue on the rims is probably the best bit. It's like it just
it's
pops.
like the blue lines on the car in general are quite nice. They're in the right positions for it. It's quite nice. I mean,
I can't be
I'm just
biased.
going to straight up rate that. I'm just going to straight up rate this. This is the 3. This is a 3.
Like, obviously, I wanted it to be great, and it's the same car. Like, I love the team so much, but on the outside, it's just a normal McLaren. I have to go just based on looks. The thing is, right, I like the McLaren. Like, I like the car. I think the orange and blue, it stands out in the track. I think, it is a real standout car.
It's going to be a modern classic.
And
it's going to be an iconic car.
Like, what I get why they didn't stray away from it, But as a fan, you want a bit of excitement with the car, and
I mean, I reckon we support the two most boring teams on the grid, but
I mean,
it is what it is. I mean, both cars are they're always going to be iconic now. Like, I don't think
aye.
McLaren could go away for the blue and the orange now. You know what I'd like to see? You know this Gulf badge at the back?
Uh-huh.
I quite like that to be like incorporated into the car more, because the sponsors are just like there. They're just stuck there, aren't they? Dell
Aye.
Technology at the top. Better tomorrow. I don't even know what a better tomorrow is. I mean, they could do it because the Gulf's got the orange in it,
Aye.
so there's not. They could incorporate it, but it is. It's nice. It's nice. I like the blue. I like the orange. I'm just disappointed they haven't changed it. So that's why it's getting a 3.
For me, if I'm basing it on the car, as I say, I like the car. So for me, even though it's no changed, I
Mhm.
would still rate this car like a 7 because that's how I see it. Like
Oh,
I
as a
like
fans, as a supporter's
exactly
perspective,
like
you're going to give it
looking
that.
at the car. Like I like it because I always do. I'm just disappointed, which is why it's no higher. But
I
I
think a
can't
lot
be
of people are
surprised.
disappointed.
Exactly. So if anyone's McLaren fans, can we agree?
It's a lovely car, but I mean, it's just no change and it's disappointing. But it is
Nah,
nice. It's nice, and it's nice to see on track. It looked amazing in Bahrain.
it always does.
This right here is another top tier car. This is up there with the top tier cars. I mean, just look at it. It's lovely. It's red, white, and blue.
Another
I'm
one.
kidding. I'm kidding.
No, but
It's
red,
nice.
white, and blue is dominant colour right
There's not a
now.
lot of blue cars on the grid though, and it's nice to see a blue car on the grid. I mean, the Williams is now blue, but there's obviously wasn't beforehand. But I mean, I don't think I can give it a 10. I think I'm going to have to give it a 9 again because it's on par with the Aston Martin, and I did give that a 9, even though Kim gave it a 10. I mean,
I'd give this
10
a
is
9.
it's a clean sheet. It's
Uh,
a clean sheet.
Looking at the Aston Martin, I do look at it and I say, that's a 10. This,
Mm.
I look at it and I'm like, as much as it is stunning and new, I'm not a big red, white, and blue person.
I know you know, but it's clean.
It's,
It's
I know,
clean.
I know. Like, it is one, it's one of the best cars on the grid to look at, this season. And I would say, I'd say, in my personal opinion, it's no as nice as Aston Martin. So I'd say a 9, because it's still unbelievable to look at. But I didn't rate it higher than the Aston Martin, personally.
See, I'm going to give it the same rating as the Aston Martin. I'm going to give it a 9.
Red Bull. Again, we've already mentioned we probably support the most boring teams on the track. This is the other one,
Correct.
and it's just as you said, it's a Red Bull.
It's a classic.
It
It is a classic. It'll never change. Never change. But
does what it says in the tin. That's a Red Bull. I mean, I'm gonna go.
being a fan of it, you mean like it's the same in the McLaren.
I know.
You want it to change, and it's just not changed. The only thing they've taken off is the Aston Martin logos, obviously for
Obvious reasons.
reasons. I mean, it's amazing in its own respect, but it's just not changed, does it? It's just the same car. It's a 3, just as when I rated the McLaren. It's a 3. Giving it a 3.
I, I'm not a Red Bull person, but I'd maybe go a 4. I think I get why teams don't change classics, because if they change a classic and the fans don't like it, you're in for
Oh, if you
you're in
want me
for
to rate a
hell.
classic, then it's a 10. It's a 10, 100% of the day. It's a 10. But it's this season, it's just no changed, which I didn't expect it to change. Which is
But it's just disappointing anyway.
just
It's just
disappointing
a
to
Red
see, innit?
Bull.
Like, it's just the same car. We're starting off with a back picture of the AlphaTauri, which is no particularly giving it justice, but and then a front picture, I mean, is still not giving it justice. And the pictures we've got are pretty shocking for AlphaTauri, but looking at that, that is nice.
Mm.
The white wheel rims are unbelievable. They're amazing. I just don't know why. It's just I've got a picture of it on the track and it looks awesome. It's unbelievable.
Insane.
I mean, it's not changed much, but it's still changed enough to be good.
I like it, to be fair. I really like it, and
I rate it.
as much as it's not changed much, I don't think it's not a car that needed to,
No.
because the
Well,
small changes
they've only
made
been
it.
in it for one season, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah.
As the AlphaTauri, because it used
Aye.
to be. No, it used to be AlphaTauri. Did it was another winged Red Bull, but it was like a really shiny blue and red kind of colour. I can't even remember the name yet. What was the name yet? Sure it was still AlphaTauri. I'm positive it was still was. Hi guys, it's Alan. I'm just here to correct myself. AlphaTauri's original name was Toro Rosso. I just couldn't remember it at the time of recording the video. That's a lovely car.
Yes. I like
That
it.
is amazing. And I mean, I'll show you the photo at the end that I managed to get for Twitter that was for the thingy from the testing. And I mean, I'm gonna give this an 8. I
I
mean,
was thinking
it's
8.
not up there with the Aston Martins and the Alpine, but it's up there. It's an 8. It's a top tier car. Good
I
looking
would
car.
say probably an 8 as well, to be
An
fair.
8's respectable. From both of us, we've agreed it's an 8.
It's an 8.
Oh my goodness.
It looks good on track. It looks
Look at that.
really good on
The
track.
white wheels are just unbelievable. And with a hard tyre as well, with the black and the white hard tyre, oh my days.
It does.
Unbelievable.
It looks good.
That is a nippy bit of kit right there.
We try to get hard tyres on every race just to look at
Oh,
it.
exactly. It is beautiful. It's an absolute work of art.
It's a top tier car, and hopefully there'll be a top tier team soon.
Hopefully.
So moving on from the car ratings, what we wanted to do as well was kind of tell you our opinions on how the Constructors' Championship's going to go. So basically just where we think everyone will finish. As well as that, while we do that, we're going to tell you which driver we think will come out on top as well. So I'll just start by telling you who I think is going to win the Constructors' Championship, because it's going to be the Mercedes. I don't think Red Bull are ready to challenge it just yet. Maybe soon. And I think the driver who will come out top, Hamilton. Again, self-explanatory. Mercedes are just too good at the minute with Hamilton. Next, I'd say Red Bull. Again, they're not ready just yet for challenging, but they're also too good to be any further down. There's a bit of a limbo for them. And driver on top will be Verstappen. I don't think Perez will go in and make that much damage just yet.
I don't know. I think this could be the closest Max Verstappen's competition is going to be.
Yeah, it'll depend on how quick Perez settles in, I think. It's
Well,
a
he done really good last season, so.
different car, better car. It just depends how he takes it, I think, personally. But I still think Verstappen will come out on top regardless. Third, McLaren. I think now with Ricciardo as well, as much as Sainz was, class, I think we're just replacing another driver for another equal driver, in my opinion. I think Lando's obviously going into his third year as well. Should be a good year. Third last year. I think the car's improvements as well with the Mercedes engine, I can't put them any lower, in my opinion. And the driver that'll come out on top, breaks my heart to say it, but I think it'll be Ricciardo. I don't know how many. I don't know. I think it'll be
More
Ricciardo.
experienced.
Exactly, and
More experienced.
I want it to be Lando.
And he's a very good overtaker. Like he does the risks into the corner, and that's why he's going to be there.
So if Lando ever sees this, I want it to be you. Just saying, but I can't say that it's going to be you.
You're wearing his merch as well. You've got his bucket hat.
Next, I'm putting AlphaTauri because I genuinely think they are going to have a really good season. I think last year kind of showed they were, getting there, and I think you know, the drivers they've got this year. Obviously Gasly, I think he's in unreal form going into this season, and obviously their rookie, which I think will do really well. So I'm going to say AlphaTauri are going to finish strong this season, 4th. I'm putting Aston Martin next, 5th. I just have qualms about the drivers. That's my only thing.
Still where I'd put them, but
do you know, the drivers aren't, in my opinion, reliable drivers, and you need
I mean, they've got Sebastian Vettel.
and
I mean, you can't really get more reliable than him, other than like Hamilton, but
now
he's a legend to the
I know
sport.
that he's a legend, and he is, you know, he's Vettel. I love Seb. Seb's class, but has Ferrari ruined him the last, you know?
I think he's
couple of years.
wiping the slate clean this time around, and he's gonna go for it. He's gonna go for it.
Only time will tell, and I just think his time with Ferrari and what they done to him. My opinion, just saying, but I don't know. I just don't know. And obviously the other driver, I'm just not going to mention because, just yeah. Next, I'd put Alpine. I don't know. I think they'll be too good to finish below there, but I don't think they'll be good enough to then be any higher up, in my opinion.
I just think there'll be a Renault with a
Uh,
colour, different name.
Yeah, and to be fair, that's low for a Renault, but I don't know. They've not got the Renault drivers, other than they've still got Ocon, but
They've got Alonso though, another legend to the sport, and he can do the job. He can do the job.
I know, but again, he's had how many? He's had a couple of years out.
When was his last season? Was in a McLaren, wasn't it?
McLaren.
And that McLaren was in a shocking state at that time. It was horrible.
Exactly. So I don't know. Although he is, you know, he's Alonso.
Yeah.
Ocon for a teammate. Ocon's not great. He's
Young.
He's young and probably a bang average driver at the minute. In that field, you know, I think he's quite average. So Alonso's either going to have to really come back from nothing to full sending. I don't know. Again, my opinion. Then I'm putting Ferrari. They're just in a sorry state. And I don't think it's going to be a miracle season where it's going to be like... The good thing is they've got Sainz. And I love Sainz, and he's a brilliant driver. He's good. And I think with Ferrari he might be good as well. But Ferrari need to step up their side of it. Because you saw last year, even with Leclerc, they were still making unbelievable errors that just cost their drivers so much. So I don't know. I don't think this is long enough for them to turn it around. So I'm putting them at the bottom, like rough.
Yeah.
You know, like at the bottom of the midfield.
They're going to be a bottom pack team.
Yeah, for now. Then I put Alfa Romeo because they're just kind of there. I like, you know, they're not worse than Haas and Williams, but they're just
there
there.
to fill a grid spot.
Like, literally, I don't know what else to say about Alfa Romeo. Well, that just proves my point even more. They've got the same drivers who were, again, the same... It's just that...
Raikkonen again though, another legend to the sport. I mean, he's not done much damage
Exactly.
in the last few years, but I mean, he's still a legend.
As much as I love Raikkonen, he's just there.
He's just in that car that's just no a Ferrari back in the day, is it?
Then I'm stuck on the last two because I want to put Williams second bottom, which I don't know why I want to put them there, but I don't want to put them bottom. But I think that's where they'll be. Like, I love Williams. Like, I have a really soft spot for Williams. I don't know why, I just do.
No, you have a soft spot for George Russell.
I love George Russell. But I don't know, I want them to do better. Again, it's another team that I don't think this is a long enough time for it to be a turnaround. You know, they're not... The last couple of years have been shocking. Beyond shocking. And I know, obviously, with them stepping down and, you know, being taken over, I just don't think it's long enough for anything to be done. I think obviously this season will be a getting settled in, making small improvements to then, in the long term. But Haas are the same, are they not? They didn't do anything to their
They
car or
haven't. They're
anything.
not changing their car this season. They're just focusing on 2022,
And
from what I believe anyway.
and Haas is 2 new drivers.
New young
New
drivers.
young drivers. So I don't know. I think they're definitely going to be bottom, those teams, because we don't know what the Williams have done with their car because they're very hush hush.
Yeah.
But the drivers, the car, I'm going to put them bottom and put Haas above, but I don't know. I'm stuck between them. But yeah.
Pretty much the same as every list in it. It's going to have the two at the bottom.
Unfortunately.
I mean, Haas no developing through the year to just focus on 2022 is probably going to bite them this season.
I don't know
I
if
mean, they
they'll
never done
stick to
great
it.
last season, but
They're gonna have to. I think they'll probably end up getting through half the season and realising they've
yeah, they fucked it up. But
fucked
I
it
hope
up.
to see a Williams redemption. I would like a Williams redemption. I'd like them to be better than like the worst team on the grid. But
Aye.
I don't see it happening. I just think the money aspect was it's a big drastic turn for them, innit?
Yeah. So not.
Who's your drivers? What your standard drivers for said two teams?
I'm just gonna tell you which drivers I think are gonna come out on top and the ones I missed. So AlphaTauri, Gasly, Aston Martin. I'm gonna say Seb. Alpine.
See that's fair.
Mm,
Come on, Kim.
Alpine are hard because you don't know if Alonso's going to be good. Although he's a legend, you don't know if he's going to be good. And Ocon's good
I'd
enough to
say
take
he's gonna be-
points.
I'd say he's going to be the best driver at the team, but time will tell again.
I'll give it to Alonso. Ferrari, Sainz. Don't care. Sainz. 100%. Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo.
There's only one man.
Raikkonen, I guess.
Mhm.
Haas, I'm going to give it to Schumacher. And then Williams, if either score points, Russell. Because he was the closest to a point last time. In a Williams, I meant to say.
My predictions aren't miles apart for that. I mean, I've got Mercedes to come first again. Obviously, Hamilton, he's going to go for it. It's his 8th title in it, I believe. It's his 8th title he's going to go for.
Yeah.
So I just think they're going to be dominant again. Second, Red Bull. I mean, I don't think they've got the facilities to beat Mercedes. I mean, I think they'll give them a good run for the money this season. Verstappen, obviously, he's going to come out on top. I mean, he's the number one driver of the team. And then I've got Aston Martin. I mean, putting a new team on the grid in third is a bit of a wild card, but
Big call.
I can see them doing good. And I mean, Sebastian Vettel, legend, very fucking good driver. So next I've got McLaren. I mean, Mercedes engine. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, my prediction says Aston Martin's going to be third, but I wouldn't be surprised if McLaren do become third. And obviously Ricciardo's going to be the standard driver for that. I've got Alpine in fifth, sorry. And I mean, another new team on the grid to come in the top 5 is going to be another long shot. And I think Alonso's going to do it for them. I mean, another legend. Then I've got AlphaTauri. They looked okay in practicing. They were kind of challenging the Red Bull for the fastest lap I've seen on some like clips on Twitter. Honda's going to want to do good because I believe it's their last season, or there's rumours that they're going to stay until next season, or Red Bull's going to take them over next season. So they're going to want to do good, and having a car, like 2 cars in the top 6 is going to be amazing. I've got Gasly to do the best there. Ferrari, don't think they're going to bounce back. I think they're going to be down where they were, pretty much relatively close to where they were last season. I'd say Leclerc's going to do the best in that. You said Sainz.
I did say signs.
I mean, Leclerc's probably more comfortable in the Ferrari in the current situation because he's obviously been there for a few years, and it isn't a hard position to fill because there's a lot of pressure. Ferrari's a prestigious name in the sports, but I don't see them bouncing back for last season. They had a pretty rough season, so I don't see them bouncing back. Alfa Romeo, I just don't think the car's going to be that great again. I mean, Raikkonen is obviously going to be the top driver. Just don't think Giovinazzi's there quite yet. Obviously another legend to the sport. And the same as Kim, Haas and Williams are going to just sit at the back, I believe. I mean, Haas has got two young drivers, Mazepin and Schumacher. I'd say Schumacher's probably going to do the best. I'd quite like him to do good because it's obviously because he's bringing the Schumacher name back into the sport, which is a great thing. But I just don't see them or Williams like being any higher than the bottom of the two. And Russell, obviously, if they score points, he'll be the best driver for Williams. But those two are going to be at the bottom.
Unfortunately.
It's unfortunate. It's sad to see Williams at the bottom, but it is what it is. And we just hope there's a redemption season and to prove everybody wrong.
It'll come, I think, with the, with where they're heading and the step down and stuff. But not an immediate thing.
Yeah.
And we're gonna round off the video with a little bit of our wild card driver. So who we think is kind of gonna stand out and maybe do a bit better than people may think. So I'll just say mine's isn't a new driver. So obviously a lot of people would, for a standard driver, they'd just be like, oh, it's one of the rookies or like whatever. But I genuinely I'm picking Gasly because I think, as I said earlier, he is in, physically and personally, Gasly seems to be in the best form he's ever been in. I think he even said it in an interview or two that he is in the best shape of his life. I think he's also still young, but he's at a point in his career where he needs to push, and he needs to, show that he's there for a reason. So I think he'll do better than most people probably think. He is a good driver, and obviously he got that big win last year. But I think following on from that, he'll do better.
I'd say that's a good. Pierre Gasly sounds like he's actually putting in the work. And I mean, I think he's motivated to get the podiums. He got his podium last season, and it was in Italy, I believe. Monza. A great race. Raced amazing. I mean, I think he's motivated to get back. So, I respect that. I respect that once to watch. But I am going to have to go for his teammate. I mean, he done amazing in Formula 2. He came third in the overall standings. And I mean, to get into a team on Formula 1, you've got to have performed. And, I mean, the kid's young. I just believe he's going to do better than Gasly. I know I put Gasly as my thing. I put Gasly as my thing because that's the sensible choice. But here, I'm like, I want the kid to do better than him.
I get it.
I mean, you don't just get a seat in Formula 1 just for the sake of getting a seat in Formula 1. I know there's a lot of things around like money and stuff, but I don't think the kids. I think he's good, he's talented, and I believe he will do good in the thingy.
It just kind of shows that we think
Kind of contradicting my thing, mate. But with my mind, Gasly will probably do the best. But here, I'm wanting Tsunoda to do the best.
Well, it reflects my standings. I put AlphaTauri.
You know what?
In fact,
you know what I'll say, right? My standings here, for my predictions in the best driver, Gasly will be the most consistent. But Tsunoda will be the most, he'll upset the most things. He'll upset bigger drivers.
We'll say this, AlphaTauri will crash, but,
they'll be bottom and then Williams will be top or something.
But I just, I think AlphaTauri is a team. It'll be good.
I think he's a wild card driver, and I want to see him do good. I just think Gasly will be, more consistent. I just think Tsunoda will get more upsets and beat bigger drivers.
We didn't say what we planned, we just said that there would be more F1 content. Because
there's definitely going to be more F1 content, definitely.
It's something that we need to kind of discuss.
It's good for the two of us because, well, I've not really got any solo content on the channel, but I don't really want any solo content myself. But, I mean, the F1. Let's be honest.
F1's where it's at.
It's where it's at. So.
It's where it's at. So, just want to say a massive thank you to anybody that watches our first bit of F1 content, because for us it's something, as I said at the start, massively different. It's just, it's just us talking about something that we like. We're not experts, we don't know everything. There's things that, I messed up earlier. Our standings could be completely wrong, our drivers could be completely wrong, but that's just how
Exactly,
we see
it
it.
is completely wrong, because Mercedes is going to be at the bottom and Red Bull's going to be at the top, But
But just want
so
to
the
say
heart says, but the mind says it's not going to happen.
it was our opinions. So as I said earlier, what your opinions are, let us know. We'd love to hear it. And just a quick thing before we go, just to follow our socials to kind of stay up to date with the content, because that's where you'll find out what we're planning with the F1 stuff. As we'll kind of keep everyone up to date there. And yeah, massive thank
Remember
you.
to like it, subscribe if you like this shit,
And
turn
put
on
the noties on.
put the notifications on. We hope to see you more F1 content in the future.
And follow Landon Norris.